I think it worked. Yeah, it worked. Hey,
I
I'm
don't
here
know.
too. Yes. Funny enough, we haven't been doing this like in a couple weeks. I was like, man, did everything like work right and left it? It's flawless. I'm very happy.
Flawless. Oh no.
Flawless as I
Flawless.
do this.
Don't
Hey,
put that out in the universe.
we're on
Yeah,
episode 33. I think we know what we're doing a little bit. We know kind of what we're doing.
Sure.
I would say kind of is
Kind of.
kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Episode 33, Bolt Thrower. What a cool name. I'm sorry, I have to
It
say
is
that.
really cool.
That is a cool name. So,
I mean,
that silence, I love it.
it.
Happy Father's Day, John.
Oh yeah, happy
Happy
Father's Day to you, sir.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day to your husband, Shannon.
Yes.
And I believe, can I say something hot topic? Mother's Day and Father's Day is total bullshit. It is. It's bullshit. I think they should be every day. Father's Day, Mother's Day is an everyday occurrence. Just saying.
Well, I think I saw something somewhere, and I don't know if Shannon might be able to back me up on this one. Father's Day is rated the number 20 holiday out of
I
the
said that
year.
to you.
Did you?
You know what year
said that to you.
it became a holiday?
Like
1972.
I was gonna say somewhere in the last 50 years.
Yep. No respect.
I mean, what Halloween's number 6?
As it should be.
I would like to throw out there that's probably because y'all didn't start doing anything until 1972.
I wasn't born, so I could give two shits.
I was not here
Like
at that time.
in the
so-
before 4 times.
Look, every day is Halloween to me. Every day is Father's Day. It's a government holiday to get more money from people. It really is. If you
I
think
think it's a
about it,
Hallmark holiday.
I don't think
it's a
there's
government
anything
holiday.
wrong. I don't think there's any. Yeah, it's not a government holiday. I don't think there's
No.
anything wrong with spotlights, though.
I mean, if it was a government
I don't
holiday,
disagree
it would
with
be
what
a
you're
Monday.
saying.
no. All right. I'm just on my high horse. It's just, I believe Mother's Day, every Mother's Day should be every day for them. Like, it should be no different. Oh, today's Mother's Day. What's the difference from yesterday to today? There shouldn't be.
Breakfast in bed.
Maybe it's the praise of the day. You get to do whatever you want. I don't know. Kind of. Kind of. Out of that segment.
Let's talk about music. I have so many
John.
thoughts about this. It's
Yeah.
not. Let's talk about music now.
You should start a
do-
podcast and then your thoughts.
let's
Yeah.
do-
Your
What are
blog.
Shannon's thoughts on
Oh no, blog.
on
forget it.
Hallmark holidays?
have a beard.
My
Beard
blog
that
would just be
exists.
bullet points, and I
Yeah.
get bored.
That's another segment for the show. That's on Wednesdays. Be here. You should. That'd be great. Oh, I would love that. But needless
You know
to
what
say,
grinds my gears?
yes, you people, you. All right, let's get into it, John.
Yeah.
You went to a special concert, didn't we, good sir?
We did.
Would you like to elaborate what the show was?
So my lovely firstborn son decided a few months back. He said, "Hey, Dad, we're gonna go to Metallica," and I said,
You taught him right.
"Okay."
Okay.
And he's so we went to the Landover show.
Cool. Cool.
And I mean, the rain held off.
Yeah.
For the most part, there was some of that weird mist like it's doing right now.
Oh, sure.
But again, when you're huddled up with 20,000 of your closest friends, you dry out pretty quick.
Sure. That's
And so Suicidal Tendencies and Pantera tribute band opened up.
okay. Give me the lowdown. How was Suicidal?
Oh, dude, so good.
Dude, I love some Suicidal.
Suicidal with Jay Weinberg
Yes.
on drums, and Trey Trujillo, who is Robert Trujillo's son.
Yes.
Dude, that kid.
That's a lot of bass. Like
It,
the bass is very forefront in that band too, which is pretty cool. I like that.
and he was up there. I mean, because he's what, like 15, 17, 18? I don't know how old he is.
So backstory: the bassist for Metallica, Robert Trujillo, his son. So Robert used to play in Suicidal. We're talking 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, like 90, 92,
Yeah,
94,
in like in a big span, even back in the early 90s with their, their hit, How Can I Smile Today? How Can I Laugh Today If I Can't Smile
Can't Smile
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
That album is cemental. But his son is the bassist for the band now. So it's like they get the tour or whatever. So
Yeah.
And Jay Weinberg came from Slipknot, and that
Oh, okay.
the trio of turning of
Of,
drummers.
of drummers, yeah, with like Sepultura,
Yeah.
Slipknot, and Suicidal. Yeah, they
Suicidal.
just
Yeah.
went that way.
So it
It
kind
was
of
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, Suicidal.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
give it an A to F. What would you rate it?
Suicidal.
Yeah.
Oh, A plus, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Dude, they opened. Shit, I can't even remember what song they opened with. But the second song they played was Institutionalized.
Just right to it.
Just right to it. And then, Send Me Your Money.
Oh yeah. Pledge Your
And,
Allegiance.
yep.
Yeah, Pledge Your Allegiance.
And they they only played like maybe 4 or 5 songs because
Short list.
they had a short set, like
Yeah.
maybe 35 minutes or something.
Yeah.
But
How was
dude,
Pantera?
so,
Oh,
I
sorry.
mean, yeah, it was odd because I had never seen Suicidal before. So I was like, if I can catch them with a longer set, I'm all about it, dude.
Yeah, they're always been kind of openers for a lot of bands. They go on big tours like overseas for themselves, but they want to tour like as an opener. A lot of times I've seen get that. So okay, A for Suicidal.
Yep.
Pantera.
Pantera, so it's difficult, right? Because half the band
Sure.
is not with us. I feel like Charlie Benante and Zach Wilde did justice to the parts.
Okay, cool.
Um,
What would you get in it? A to F.
because again, they played. They went through like the hits. Like if you took the 101 Proof,
Yep.
the live one,
Yeah.
pretty much the same
And
set.
you know what? That's okay. That's fine.
It was like they opened up with A New Level, then they went into Mouth for War, which is the opposite of how that album opens up. But
Yeah.
whatever.
So
I mean,
what
we're
would you
getting
get? What
I
would you
mean,
give it?
it's still, I'd give it an A. It's
Okay.
definitely like they rocked the house,
So you had an A with Suicidal.
Yep.
An A with Pantera.
And actually, my son got a drumstick from Charlie Benante too.
What?
Yep.
Dude, that's pretty awesome.
And I missed that because I was like, oh man, I just drank that, 24-ounce beer. And
Rookie mistake.
Johnny boy.
yeah, well, I was like, if I don't go now, I'm never gonna go. So I went out.
Well, all right. And the mighty
Metallica, dude. So this was the 7th time that I've seen Metallica.
Okay.
And man, it's like they still have so much passion and so much like energy to play.
Okay.
For being in their 60s, I mean, like all these guys are up there.
Sure. How's the drumming?
So the drumming sounded pretty good, believe it or not. I mean,
Okay.
there were It's weird because I was so close to the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So when the drum kit was in front of me, like, you know, 15 feet or whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
it sounded weird because the speaker sound went over my head, so
Okay.
I could hear that, but I could also hear the sound coming from the kit.
Was it off? Like it
It
was the
it was
second off?
it was a little bit off. And
Okay.
so and again, just because you're in an open stadium, so it
Sure.
doesn't bounce or whatever.
Okay.
But I was like, okay, that these the way the drums, I guess, would be tuned
Okay.
for, again, it just sounded weird to hear, like,
Cymbal hit, and all of a sudden cymbal hit. Like,
yeah,
yeah. You
or
had a
like,
3D audio.
yeah, or like,
Surround sound.
yeah, like snare crack, but it's like, well, that's not the sound that I hear there that comes out there.
Yeah.
So it was something, but he was on, and the set list was pretty good too. I
Yeah.
personally would have changed a couple songs, but I mean, again, I get it because there's like crowd participation stuff, and there's like, oh, we have to play this one.
Yeah, and I feel like it's kind of a catalog too. They want to go through the catalog and pick one or two,
Yeah,
and it's kind of hard to do. And you want to appease everybody, and
yeah,
stuff like that. And I've seen some of their set list online, just
yeah,
browsing, and I'm like,
yeah.
King Nothing, really? I'm like, But they did just reissue
We
Load,
reissued Load, yeah.
yeah, for the 30th anniversary, I believe.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, be 30 years next year, but yeah.
Yeah, they did some reissue with like a big thing and
Big box set that I have not purchased yet, but it'll happen. I'm surprised my children didn't get me that for Father's Day. I'm kind of mad at them for that. But,
shit. All right.
I'm just kidding. They're fine. I don't.
He's not kidding.
I'm not. Jeremy, when you watch this,
Damn you! All right.
No, it was cool, man. I really dug it.
All right, cool. Well, I'm glad to hear it.
All
man.
around a show, man.
Check it out.
Really good.
Go look at the show.
The
Shannon,
audio is on CD, by the way.
you want to bring up something about your rating system, shall we?
Well, okay, first off, I have to make some corrections from last show.
Okay.
I think you guys did well for the most part.
Hey, we did
Hey,
well.
look at us.
Look at
us doing well.
Semicolon, however, comma, also dope mug, brother.
Hey, thanks.
She saw it.
I saw it the first time and I was like, oh, that's nice. And then he kept like being like,
yeah.
Yes, I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah. He was like, I wonder how it's gonna take her. Yeah, you're pretty good. You're good with
I wasn't
crossword puddles.
I wasn't gonna
Where's Waldo?
I wasn't gonna be that guy. Anyway, so corrections from last episode.
Please.
Yes, please.
Please.
My scale goes thusly. A 1 and 2 is flaming garbage. 3 and 4 is meh.
Yep.
5 and 6 is lawnmower. 7 and 8 is bitching. 9, 10 shredding. Therefore, for Negatron being a 7 out of 10, that does indeed put it in bitchin'. It's a low bitchin'.
It changed
but
your
it is
mind.
bitchin'.
It changed your mind.
So
didn't
it moved up from lawnmower to.
Do you feel like you were just encompassed so much in Voivod that it kind of got lost in
Probably.
the span of all that noise and
Probably.
because Negatron is a loud, bashful album, but it's that heavy, like something you didn't expect. You're like, oh
No.
wow. And
I think for me it's a band that needs the isolation, like the album isolation.
okay.
As much as I try to do that when I listen, where it's like an album a day.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't actually listen to music in between. So it's still just the same noise.
Oh, see,
If that
I
makes
listened to
sense.
something afterwards to kind of clean the palate, if you will.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Yeah,
The listening that I do would
Yeah.
be an audiobook or podcasts.
gotcha.
Like
Okay.
that's all the juggling that I'm doing. But
All
anyway,
right.
so
Hey,
that
7
that
out
could
of
be part of
10.
it.
We were pretty happy. We were like 7 out of 10.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She understood. She understands now what we were talking about. Like, there it is. So, okay. All
And then
right.
for Ocho Kalakis,
Yes.
yeah, not sure
Uh,
what you were having me listen to.
I
If
yeah.
it were
Hold, hold
if it
on.
were just instrumentals,
Yes, they were awesome.
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, they were. You
Like
know.
I loved everything about all of the instrumentation that they were doing.
Yeah.
I thought the trumpets were dope. I love that. The vocals killed it for me. It was so hard for me to get over it. I don't know what it was about his vocals. I did not like them. And
Yeah.
that's where the whole thing ended up getting more of like a meh from me.
Well, why don't we just mosey our way down to your pick? Look at that. It's right there. Jazz Age Thirst Trap. Since we talked about John's pick, let's go into your pick, shall we? Would you
I don't
like
appreciate your tone. You're being super
Get-
condescending and patronizing right
Wow.
now.
Who, me?
What?
Yeah.
What? Would you like to give the lowdown on this album and why you picked it for us? See how
Well-
it came back down? I brought it down.
Write it down.
Brought it down.
Write it down. So this band popped up on my Instagram feed randomly, and I was like, "This is super dope." So threw them on ye old shuffle play, and that's mostly how I listen to it.
Mm.
So specifically, when I was trying to figure out what album I wanted, I knew I wanted to do a jazzy album, and I was gonna go with a classic like Louis Armstrong or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought this would be a lot more fun.
Your
So-
definition and my definition of fun is a little different. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. Okay, when you hear this album, how do you rate this album for yourself? Like,
Oh, I
I'm
love
guessing,
this album.
I'm guessing it's a 9, 8, 9 for you.
8.
Right?
It'd be an 8.
It'd be
Yeah,
an 8.
I bitch in.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it shredding, but
Okay.
Yeah,
A jazz
if I-
album shedding. that's,
Hey, some
Love it.
jazz albums can shred.
yeah, when they were heroin, sure. Yeah, that's how they do jazz. Heroin,
saying.
man.
you
Yeah.
get some
like-
Dizzy Gillespie up in here. Like, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
What?
go.
John,
Yeah.
take it away. How did you feel about this album, good sir?
Yeah.
It's no Ocho Kalakis.
No, it is not. You know,
Dude, don't talk shit about Oko Kalakis.
you can talk shit about him. Go ahead,
Don't
man.
talk shit.
I'm not talking
Um,
shit. I like their instrumentals.
yeah, I'm just
I
saying.
just
I
gotta figure out
so
their vocals, I think.
it's not something I would seek out on the regular.
Yeah? You don't say.
This so to me this is something, and I feel like Shannon, you'll probably back me up 100% on this. This is an album that should be played in the background while I am on the back porch with my dad drinking whiskey and smoking cigars. That's where this album belongs.
Mm. See, I would say Bonfire, but same vibes.
Hang on.
And it's
Hang on.
like
Stop. Hang on. Stop me if I'm. You're telling me this album, this one, you see this? This
yes,
one.
I'm looking at it right now.
Your dad, that I've only met once, likes this album and would sit out back with you, smoke cigars, and drink too.
Yeah.
Really?
100%. My father likes Postmodern Jukebox.
Get
100%. When he is in my car, this is what we listen to. Not this album specifically, but like this band.
This is blowing my mind. Hey, shout out to your dad. There you go. Happy Father's Day.
Happy
Shout
Father's
out
Day.
to your dad. Both your dads.
Yeah, Father's Day,
2 for
though.
1.
Whoever,
Wow.
whoever, wherever he may be.
Yeah, whatever.
He's at
Listening to
home
this
right now.
with a cigar, listening to this album. Probably he should be just for this. So, what do you give it, John? What was your
What
initial?
is my initial reaction to this? It doesn't suck.
Well, that's good.
It doesn't suck.
It doesn't
Okay.
suck.
Doesn't suck.
So it's a lawnmower for you. It's kind of like just in the
it-
background, chilling.
Yeah, it's a chilling in the background. Like I give it like a 6.5.
Okay. All right. Cool. Anything else you want to say?
I did. I think it was Misery Business. Is that where it had the cool guitar solo in there?
That was from Animals of Leaders. Toboshi.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, he has a solo, which is ripping. He rips pretty awesome on that song. Kind of true. I had to see who it was. It was that Toboshi. I forgot his last name. He does a lot of picking, and he has like he does John Petrucci, whatever Guitar World universe thing. He does that too. So
Yeah, that was really cool. I dug that.
Okay.
I was like, wow, because that was kind of out of left for this album.
a little bit.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
All right. Let me see if I can put my words together.
Get your thoughts together. But
So my question to you, Shannon.
It's 2 weeks, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Do they do original music?
I don't think so. I think this is all covers.
Disappointment.
Um,
I have to take this in different stages. So stage number 1, this is brilliant. And I'll tell you why it's brilliant. It's all covers. But you take the covers and you make them into something different that nobody's heard of, right? Jazz. Who talks about jazz? Not many people. You don't hear it that much, especially on this channel and all the other stuff that we listen to. Megadeth is the closest to jazz that I know about because he loves jazz in his music. I'm like, yeah, you can say it's jazz, it's thrash metal, whatever, it's jazz. It's sped up speed metal, right? Jazz is very fast. I appreciate the notion of taking this and making it into a whole new world, but I have a problem where there's no original music. I believe that a band that is putting out music is just copying music and just twisting it into a new flavor. I give it an 8 for concept. It's a great concept. I give it a 9. It's a really good concept. But the execution is like a 4 because, like, there's no originality except changing it to jazz. To me, I'd give it a 6. I did listen to it a couple times because I didn't realize it was covers. I thought it was originals, and I was like, "What up? I know this song." I'm like, "Hang on," and then I realized it's all covers. I'm like, man, like, it's hard for me to like a band that has no originality except changing the sound. Ocho Kalakis is very original. And we have to admit, that is super original. But the execution was a little bit off on them for me. Being with this, I give it a 6. That's pretty good. He gave it a 6.5. Don't hiss at me. Don't hiss.
No. Look. You like something, you don't like something. It's fine, but you're not making any sense.
How? It's on covers. There's no original music.
But you said the concept of it is a 9.
It's a 9 because they took covers and they made it into jazz, but you're really not musicians if you don't write original covers. You're just a cover band.
I disagree.
you're making music off of,
You
you're
are
making money
completely changing genres and you're completely changing time signatures. How
no
is that
you're
not being a musician?
because you're just taking music from another person and you're just reformatting it into something else. Actually, it's copyright problems. They have to pay these people to be able to do this. That's what cover songs are.
Is
They're
it
actually,
is it all music just reforming it into something?
yeah, but it's original music. They're not a cover band. No cover bands get notoriety except them. That's the only cover band I know that gets notoriety. They think they're like
Because no other band has done what they've done.
because
Who
nobody's
else has
doing
done
that.
what Scott Bradley has done?
Nobody wants
Ex-
to. Nobody wants to. It's just the whole fact that if they wrote original music, I would love to listen to it because they are great musicians. They are wonderful musicians. But you're just taking a song like, all right, we'll change this a little bit because we're doing jazz and this and well, we already know the lyrics, so there ain't no
have,
much thought about that one.
have you ever changed, like, have you ever looked at changing music keys and writing music in that way? Literally
did-
just changing a key, not even changing full genres and time signatures.
Well, I'm not a guitar player. So I can't say yes. I only play drums. So it's not really changing. Well, okay. If I could put it in
I
key
think the amount of
form,
creativity and ingenuity that comes in doing that, completely changing a genre, is masterful. I think that shows that you understand music more than anybody who writes their own.
oh, what do you mean by understanding music? Because it's already tabbed out. There's nothing they change about the song. The song's already there. They already have the cake. They just put a little sprinkles on it, like, hey, here you go. That's what they did. That's what they
Mm-mm.
did.
Nope.
John,
Nope.
Yeah,
John,
yeah,
help me,
yeah.
help me. They already
Uh,
had the cake. The cake was already there. The songs are there. They just put the sprinkles on it with extra. They jazzed it up. They had jazz fingers. That's what they did.
No.
jazz
No.
hands.
Jazz hands. That's
No.
it. Jazz hands.
You are making you're making this sound like
Like it's
you're
cool to do covers. I understand. Metallica had a whole album of just covers, and everybody dug it because they made it Metallica. So they had these songs that were cool. They made it cooler. They did the same thing, but what the problem is there's no. I would love to hear original music from them. I think that's what's missing from this band. You can do all these covers and make all this money and notoriety, but you're just taking songs and you're just redoing the ingredients into a different cake. And I like bands that are okay, we'll do our covers to show you we love these bands, but this is our original music. It's like I would like to hear original music from them. I really would. But it's just cover album. It's covers. That's all it
but
is.
but but the concept is, hey, you know this song, now it's in this different style, maybe you check out this other style now.
Yeah, but the
It's a
originality is
gateway.
a gateway to the songs that are already made millions.
No, I think it's a gateway to this style of
Jazz.
jazz or to ragtime or to swing.
All right, you make a good argument. That is a good point
Also,
because
you said the concept is a 9.
the concept's a 9, but what the problem is, originality is a 4.
But this is the concept.
The
This is
con-
if the concept is a 9
but,
and they executed the concept, then the album is a 9.
but the originality meaning writing your own songs. They haven't wrote no songs. They wrote no lyrics.
They
They
wrote
they,
music.
they took songs that
About
are
the
already
lyrics. They
made.
listened
There was
to
no
lyrics anyway.
there was no like creativity to a certain point. Like when you look at a song from 0 to 100%, it was already at 80%. It was already filled. They just put in their little extra stuff. They just put little toppings. You know what? We'll put a strawberry on top. Look, the cake's done. Look at that. Look at our cake. Motherfucker, I made this 2 hours ago. Yeah, but you didn't put the strawberry on. That's my cake.
I can't talk to you.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely, this is no. You do no. You do not understand. No, no. That is not what happened.
On this segment, we know how to make Shannon upset. Doggy. Good dog. He knows you're upset. So she knows.
does.
She
She
knows.
knows. Yeah.
She knows.
She's just looking for an excuse to try and be psycho.
She wants airtime. All right. Well, that was my take.
Well, your take is showing that you absolutely do not understand genre changes. So
Maybe, but I know what I like and I don't like. Hey, I gave it a 6. That's still a lawnmower. It's still a lawnmower.
it's your reasoning.
Did I erase it from
Don't
my
think you-
phone very quickly? Yes.
I don't care about that. It's
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
no,
Actually,
it doesn't make any sense. You make no sense. You make no sense.
yeah, tell that to my ex-wife.
Don't think we need to go down that road. That's different.
No,
That's
that's
a
way
different-
different.
That's a different
That's,
therapy for another day.
Yes, good
It's
man.
a whole other
Good
thing.
job. All right. Well, Shannon's pick was Jazz Age Thirst Trap. Thank you, Shannon, for the pick. That was very unique of you to pick. I appreciate it.
Now that
Don't
we're
listen
done
to
fucking with each
Don't
other on these picks,
No idea what he's talking about. It's fine. It's fine.
Maybe I
It's on
do.
now.
Maybe I don't.
It's on.
Yes, John.
I was gonna say I think it is a gateway thing to check out different style of music.
Sure. I admit to that. I do.
And but whether or not they actually do anything
But you're saying
original, I mean,
what you're saying right now is the lyrics are the thing that matter in a song. The lyrics are the cake. The lyrics aren't the cake.
Well, okay, the music. The music's part of the cake, right? They didn't redo the music. They just added jazz to the music. It's still the same music.
No, they completely
it
rewrote a
is-
lot of this.
a lot of the songs
It's the
are
the melody. The melody is into now like a jazz time signature.
so
and a
these
jazz
like
key.
so you're taking pop songs, which a lot of these are, and you're jazzing
Most of
them
them,
up.
yeah.
John, I don't like your tone.
I'm just
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. His throat. He's like deeper. I don't like your tone. All I'm saying is it's you
Right.
have cover bands and you have original bands. They are a cover band. This is a cover band, and I
think you're undermining what they're actually doing, though.
I mean, maybe jazz is not up my alley, but I do think it's a great idea to make it jazz because they opened up a door for people, like John said, and you, for jazz. But they also, it's a gold mine because they get to sit back and be like, all right, what songs are coming out this year? We'll jazz that one up, that one, that one. Let's start figuring it out, right? That's what they did. They waited for songs to come out and they picked the ones they wanted to do. Yes, that is correct. Am I right? And basically, they just got to sit back and be like, yeah, that's a hit song. We'll do that one. That's all they did, right?
So I didn't want to have to bring this up.
Yes.
There is an artist
Oh shit.
that
Are you talking about?
Oh,
Sorry.
There
go
is
ahead.
an artist that does the very same thing.
Okay.
He just
I was gonna
happens
ask
to
if he was a fan.
do things in a parody form.
Weird Al.
Yes.
He's
He
a
made-
cover.
He made a career out of it, and he did a damn good job out of it.
Funny enough, I was thinking of Weird Al too. I'm like, Well, this is he's a cover artist. He's a cover band too. He's the same thing. He is. He just sat back and waited and be like, we could redo this song. And he
And
made millions off of it.
he puts on one hell of a show.
And I bet you he does. But the whole thing is every song he does is not a cover song. He does write original music.
He does.
He's got like
But it
4
is-
original songs.
No,
He has a
no,
lot.
he has a lot.
He
But
does.
they are based on a style of
Whatever the theme is of that.
whatever the theme.
Maybe that's what I'm
Like
thinking of.
it could be
Yeah.
like Beach Boys or Queen or Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
Those are just the 3 that came up to the top of my head. But those are not necessarily parodies of those bands. It's just he made a song in that style
Yeah.
of that band.
Which I think is a step up because he can take covers and he does original music. That's what I wanted from this band. It's like, hey, you did a cover album. Cool. What is your next album? Covers. All right. What's the next album? Covers. All right. I saw the there's so many albums I can listen to that have all covers. It's like I want original music of jazz. Like you're a jazz band. Show me original jazz music so I can. Okay, this is the gateway album to this album of original music. They are missing out. They should write original music if they're that famous. Why not? Right?
I think you're undermining what he does. I also think you're undermining what Weird Al does.
I love Weird Al. I give him more credit than this because he does write parodies and original music. It's no different than a band going out like Metallica did a whole cover album and they did original music and then they do one. A lot of these bands now will do 9 songs and one cover of something from the past. That's cool. That's kind of the norm now. A lot of them do that. But when you do whole full covers and you keep doing cover album after cover album, it gets kind of it's a niche that people like that as yourself and evidently your dad like that
Slayer did a cover album too.
Yeah,
Undisputed Attitude.
which is great. It's a great album. But that's all they did. It wasn't like they kept doing covers and it's like I like originality. Like a full original song. I would like to hear original music from them. That's what I'm telling you. I like the band. Just give me some original stuff. When you start being a jukebox, it's like, you only can like it to a certain point. I can't, I know the original songs. I like them. It's like, I'm just saying. I think I heard some feelings. Maybe I don't understand it from your point of view, and that's okay because you like it, and I hope you still rock out.
I just think you're undermining what the amount of like work that goes into something like that. That's
The work is halfway because the song's already halfway done. So it's already 50% done. Do you agree? A lot of those songs are the lyrics are already done, the melody's already done, the structure of the songs are done.
that's like saying, hey, look, I gave you an outline for a book. And so basically the book's written. Like you shouldn't get that much credit for writing the book. That's what I'm hearing from you right now.
I'm giving you a coloring book and half the coloring book's already colored. You got to fill in the rest.
That's not the same thing.
Oh, yeah. You take a picture and you fill it in halfway. It's already halfway done.
No, you're saying, hey, look, we have an outline.
Yeah, you have an outline
for a book. Write a novel. But the novel is basically written because I gave you the outline.
It is, but you're just adding stuff to the novel to make it your novel. The novel's already done. You're just adding in special things that make it your outline. Pretty much. You already got the subject, the title, and you got the paragraphs to the ending chorus of it. A song is a book. if you think you got a title of the song, which is the title of the book, you have everything in the song, which is the book, and you have the ending. You can't convince me otherwise. I gave it a 6.
Oh my.
Oh. I appreciate the album though. all right, let's jump off it. Let's jump off this.
Yeah, it's been about 15 minutes. So
All right, let's jump off it. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you bringing it. I really do. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
No, you definitely don't. You 100% do not.
Did she really have to hold?
I hope
phone
anyone
here?
who's a writer just like
Yeah, it's
bashes
a
the
phone.
comments right
Yep.
now.
That's a phone.
Yeah, that's 100% of them.
yeah,
That's fine.
because the thing is, it says today's hits yesterday.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
Wow. We'll end it with that. Shannon, thank you for your pick. I really do. Thank you. I do appreciate you bringing it. I really
Breathe.
do. I
Breathe.
do.
Breathe
I
a
do
little
appreciate
bit.
it.
Breathe. It's
I
okay.
do All right. End of that. Time for my pick. Are you ready?
Not really.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's only one band, one album. They only had one album, and that's it.
Huh.
The band is called Beyond the Bridge. The Old Man and the Spirit. It is just one album. That's it. They only did one back in, I think, 2012, and that was it. Beyond the Bridge, if I could relate it, it is Dream Theater Metropolis Part 2. This is up there with it. For me personally.
Setting the bar high.
It is pretty high. And I'll tell you what, I listen to it once a week all the way through. I don't skip. I listen to it all the way through. Side note, the band is not together anymore because the guitarist died from an accident. So they disbanded, and I found this album in January just on Facebook. I'm like, huh, this is a wild looking album. I listened to it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Tell me what you think about it when we come back. Beyond the Bridge. All right. That's my pick. Let's get into the brass tacks of the show. Can I close that out or do you need
Yep.
to look for it?
I got it.
Shannon?
Nope. Written
Okay.
down.
Time to get into Bolt Thrower. Man. Cool albums, titles, cool name of the band, coming from Europe. I did not listen to the first album. I couldn't find it. I don't know
It's on
why.
YouTube.
Yeah,
It's on YouTube.
yeah, I didn't. So sorry. First time for everything. I didn't listen to every album. I know. Tis.
It's
I
okay,
gotta have
Shannon,
it.
I got you.
Thanks.
We got you.
All right. So since it was Shannon's pick, Shannon gets to go first.
Oh, goody.
Oh, goody.
All right.
All right. And then we'll
Oh,
go
no,
John
don't make
and
it weird.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't make it weird. That's my
No.
brother. Nope.
Don't. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I can. I can do
Oh, yeah, you got it.
I can. Ooh. Those Once Loyal. The last album.
The last album.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. We're starting with the last one. Oh, I messed up. I forgot to put the. Oopsie.
What was that? Was that last time's?
Yeah, that was Rat.
Oh.
It was rat. I forgot the. Burp. Burp. Done. Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shannon, what do we think about it?
Yeah, I thought the album was solid. I didn't have any. I don't know. There wasn't anything that particularly stood out, but it certainly wasn't bad. Didn't skip any songs. Would listen to again.
Okay,
So
cool.
I give it the arbitrary 6 out of 10,
Fair enough. All right.
which will put it in lawnmower.
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 Johnny boy.
I dropped my pen.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
so they love to do the fade intro,
Yes, they do.
right? And so
Okay.
I was thinking this was like the typical fade in intro to, like, you fade in gradually and then it's like and then it goes into the next song. Nope,
Sure.
that faded right into the first track and it started smacking you in the face.
It
And-
does.
And I feel like, and it could have just been the way that I feel like the bass was a lot more upfront.
I could agree with that too. It was very thick. It was really thick
Yeah.
album. Yeah.
And then the fade out at the end with I think it was Cannon's Fade. Is that the song?
Yep.
That was really cool because it just did its thing. And I mean, throughout, it's really solid, just heavy. I would definitely listen to it again for sure. I give it an 8.
Fair enough. Yeah. I give it an 8 too. It's like I wish this is their last one because of what happened to the drummer. He
Yeah.
passed away and they disband, and it makes you itch for more because it was such a heavy because
It was
Like-
almost like, what else did they have after this?
yes. Yeah. That's my notion too. And we got to remember with the original, like, except the drummer, it's all original members. Except the drummer, he's been there since like 2000. So with that, you got the original singer back that happened like in 2004, and like when you hear it coming from the like first, second album, third to this, it's like a totally different band. But they definitely were in
Yeah.
a path of their own. Man, that was such a good album. That was really good.
Yeah,
And,
okay, that makes sense then
Yeah.
with why I wrote what I wrote on some previous notes.
you heard something and you're like, huh, that sounds familiar and whatever. Because the two guitarists and the bassist have been there since day one, and they haven't, well, except the first album, which changed a little bit. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it's really good.
Of
Ah.
course I would get that one.
What's wrong with that one?
There's nothing. I don't have a rating for it. I don't know why I didn't rate it.
I'll take it.
Um,
I'll take it. Don't worry about it. I'll let you get the next one. Deal?
I mean, I've got notes on it, but
Okay. You
know,
don't have a rating?
I just didn't give it a rating for some reason.
What's your note say? Me and Shannon can help you with your rating. Maybe we can help you.
I feel like, so for these, it seems like these last 4 albums, right? The one before this and then the 2 after it, there was definitely like a concept or a theme throughout these albums,
Okay.
like especially with the song titles. And I've noted, like, I wrote it down on this one because I noticed, like, okay, he's like the drummer specifically.
Mhm.
He's doing like, and this is like drummer nerd talk for a second.
Drum corner, go.
So he's doing like, he's doing like the 16th kicks or like the
Oh, yeah.
32nd kicks,
Mm-hmm.
but he's putting like 4 on top or 8.
Yes.
You know, like, so it's like kind of a weird. It's
Slow
it's
to
still,
fast.
yeah,
he's slow.
it's like an odd time,
Yeah.
but it's
You wanted
but
to
it's
go
still in
fast.
4. It's still in 4, but he's you know, and it's like 1,
One.
2, 3,
That's
4.
it's like thrash with doom mixed together.
Yeah, and and it like it's throughout, like
The
it's
drummer they had
throughout.
on the album is really good.
No, I'm not
I thought he
discounting
was
it.
like one of the best ones out of the 8 that was there. You know what I mean? I
Oh, for
thought,
sure.
yeah.
No, I just like that's what I noticed. I was like, he's doing
Yeah.
this weird half thing with the
It's
with
almost like
over
a
the top.
military, like their albums are just so military and it's like so
Yep.
formatted to like listen to out and like if you're like in the like shit with people, it's like
And you're
it's
just
that
blowing
music.
stuff up,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
What do you think, Shannon? What did you think about that?
I really liked it. I thought the songs were a little long. I think
I
they
Yeah,
think
could
this
have.
was one of the longer albums that they had.
they're good with
Yeah.
short 3/4s. Like that's their bread and butter, I feel like. Or even four, like four, 4.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the beginning and I love the ending, but I think it got kind of
Hit or miss.
meh in the middle.
Yeah. I
So
gave it
I
like
still
a
gave this a 7
7.
out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 too. It's sounds like it's a lawnmower. Like a low lawnmower.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I put it in low bitchin' myself.
Well, John, where do you think it should go?
I mean, I would say it's in the lawnmower category
Lawnmower.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Fair enough. Watch. I'm going to get the first album. Watch. That is me all the way, knowing me. Let's see.
And right after JM gets
the
the
one.
one album he didn't rate.
Let's see. Oh, it's close.
But no,
Nah, dodged a
The,
bullet
so close.
the
this time.
realm of chaos. All right. Can we agree that the first 3 albums, I'm guessing the very first one, second, and third. I didn't listen to the first one, but I'm guessing the drummer in your ears had a little timing issue a little bit. Is it just
Yeah.
the guitars were on point, the singing was good, the whole band was an A, but the drummer was definitely a C at that time.
Yeah.
And
It seemed like he got lost a couple times.
it felt like it. And I felt
You know what? Maybe he was thinking, and that's a big no-no.
That's
That's a big
yeah,
no-no when you play
very.
drums.
It it
There's a
needs
so now
yeah.
and see there's a big difference between like counting out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, the whole dance of eternity nonsense and all that.
Yeah.
But when you
We all
start
bring it back to Dream Theater somehow. Always.
always,
Always.
but when you start thinking like, oh wait, I'm doing this thing, how did I do that? Oh wait, do I do it this way? Then you're done.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was like the producer was like, that's fine, we're running out of time in the studio, let's just go. I don't know.
And you know what's
But
funny? He stayed there until 1995. So they had him.
for 7-8 years.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums. They had him for 5. He did get better though. I have to say he did get better when he hit the 4th one, if I'm not mistaken. Even the 3rd one was better. 4th one he hit a stride, but that's when we get to it. This one, it was like everybody brought their A game. He was like either too drunk or too high, or he partied too much. Like you gave a C performance, and they were like, "Well, we got no more time. We got to put it out." that's what happened.
That's what happened.
I will put it in meh because the guitar work was really good. I loved how it sounded. It was really
Yeah.
good. And it was kind of the start of Rashy Doom, if you think
Yeah.
about it. It was kind of nobody's heard something like that before.
Yeah, it was definitely still like it was fast and
They had their parts. Like you had
yeah,
fast, and then it was like sludgy and
yeah,
doom, and I like that. I like the guessing game. Ocho Kalakis kind of did that too with the ska and the metal,
yeah,
and this one I feel like it was a better mesh with
better
it.
mixture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, what did you guys think of it?
Yeah, I mean I gave it like a 7. It was
Yeah, I was like a 6 for me, 6.5.
I
I mean it
think
was just I no go ahead.
the songs were definitely more fine tuned than the previous album.
Okay.
Um, but I didn't like how the songs just ended. It
like
seemed
they
really
They
abrupt.
just
Like suddenly it was just like
like
they're
they
in
were
the middle of
playing
something like
live.
we're done now. You're
Yeah,
like,
they played live and it
like
was it.
yeah, it's just like they
I
slam the
feel like there's
brakes and
more
you're done.
like
Yeah.
there's more to that
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
And if
So like
I'm
it just wasn't entirely developed. World
It was
Eater's
a
a
no,
great
little
song
bit
though.
it was a little bit of a longer it
I
was
did
longer than
specifically
the
write that
first
song
one
down.
too. So
um do you know the name John Colin Richardson, the producer?
no.
He produced like Soulfly and Korn and Slipknot and like he did a lot of stuff for the new metal people. He actually did the engineering on this back in '89. No shit.
Huh.
That was before I guess he did. And, oh yeah, this is their first album on Earache. So this is a new
Okay.
label, new everything. Um, yeah, I give it meh. It was they had so much. If the drums were better, it would definitely be a lawnmower to a bitchin' to me. Um, drums make it all, man.
Yeah.
It can. All right, Shannon. Dun, dun. You get War Master.
Number 3.
Number 3. Pretty cool how you look at these albums and their song titles. You're like, these are really D&D players right here. You know they
Yep.
were. And I actually read up. They were really heavy in playing D&D and like Warhammer 40,000K, and there were a lot of these songs are from that. Actually, the first couple albums are from Warhammer and like D&D. So that's funny.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I like them better now. D&D is a dope game.
Bunch of nerds.
My
nerds.
people. My people.
I actually wanted to try D&D one time. Just I know it's a long, epic game, but I've never been able to find anybody or play with anybody or whatever.
Not necessarily. A lot of people do one shots. And there are a lot of game shops that'll do that too. They'll just
Yeah,
have days where people get together and
they'll look at me and be like, "You really?
oh, you want to
Like,
play?
yeah, I'm gonna fucking try. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm
I'll
cool."
let you be Gandar the half elf.
The only thing actually that I have for this album is the song "What Dwells Within"
Mm-hmm.
and "Final Revelation." So those songs great, and then I gave it the arbitrary 6 out of 10.
I I enjoyed this a lot more than the second one. I feel like everything kind of took a step up. Even the drums got better. Drums still felt kind of behind a little bit, but it was a
Yeah.
lot better with this one. I guess because
Then chaos.
yeah,
Yeah.
the producing part made the drums sound better. And he still had those parts where he was just so behind, but it was good enough where the songs kind of helped it, if
Yeah,
you
masked
will.
that a little
Yeah,
bit.
masked it. And to be honest, I feel like this is their last album where they tried to do thrash with doom. I feel like
Yeah.
this was the end of it, and when we get to the next one and on, they went more sludge doom and less of the fast
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I would say this had to me it sounded a little more thrash than
Yeah,
like death metal or whatever you want to call
yeah,
it.
and it's funny how you label death metal because the singer is
Yeah.
ground
Well,
that way, you know.
yeah, and I feel like especially on the later albums, like the vocals didn't match the music.
Mm, gotcha.
You know
Even
what
the
I mean?
ones that in the lawnmower, you're talking about those?
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like those it should have been like faster or something. I don't really know how to explain how I feel like the vocals don't match.
They
It's
definitely got more brutal, like as
yeah,
it went. Um, but
but it feels like either he should have like not been as brutal on the vocals with how the
mm,
music was, or they needed to step up the music to match the vocals. I don't know.
mm. What'd you say, Shannon?
6 out of 10.
So it's a low meh.
It's
The
a
lo-
no. It's a lawnmower.
So where do you want to put it in the lawnmower?
I would put it below. I would put it below Mercenary. I
Okay.
think
So
Mercenary
where
was
it
better.
is,
So where it's
so
at?
where
Okay.
it's at.
Cool. Okay. Where
Yeah, I
it's
think
at?
I think it's better than those ones loyal, but and
I
then vote it
agree.
that.
Yeah, I agree. It's close enough to Mercenary, but Mercenary edges it out because it just sounds better. I think the drums play a big part in these albums because the guitar work is still crushing in the bass.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the vocals kind of change a little bit, but the drumming work is kind of like your change of, whatever the song is, you know. Oh, John, you get the first one. Whew. All right.
All right.
I
Yeah.
don't have to worry about it.
Man, I don't know. So yeah, I had to go to YouTube to find this, and
John,
Same.
John, Shannon, let's play a game. You ready to play a game? We're playing a game. We're playing a different game. I want you two to sell me about this album because I didn't listen to it. What can you tell me about this album?
so this
Shannon's shaking. That's my rating.
You picked the
No.
wrong person for that.
'Cause I didn't get to listen to it. I didn't realize it was on YouTube. So give me what you think about
do you
It
want
was
to go
music.
first?
it.
It was music. You listened to it. This is the album. So like if someone were like, "Hey, I heard this band Bolt Thrower, should I listen to them?" I'd be like, "Yeah, it's a solid band. Absolutely. Give it a shot." I would not recommend the first album for that though. Because
Oh,
oh, because I don't think this album sounds much like even their second album.
oh,
It's
No,
very
okay.
it
different.
doesn't.
So I feel like
It's
you're not going to get Bolt Thrower from this album. Does that make
Hmm.
sense?
yeah, it's 30 minutes long. It's a short album.
Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
It's just I use the term brutal. I said it's a brutal 30 minutes.
They just get
Just
into it, and
just because they're trying to pummel you from start to finish.
so they try
And
to be like a black metal band where they're just so like in your face type of
mhm,
thing. Okay. All right. All right.
yep. And I mean for 1988, probably not anything really like that. I did delve into the YouTube comment section.
Okay.
And I mean,
Anything
there are
good? I
some,
didn't look.
oh, there were some guys, they're like, oh man, this is like, they're so ahead of their time. This sounds like something that should have come out in like 1993. And they're mixing the elements of like shit that I've never heard of, like post punk and like crust and like black metal and thrash and bit. I'm like, I didn't hear any of those things in this.
So let's okay. What I'm getting from this is we can take this album and let's look at the other albums that we listened to. A lot of your older Black albums, they're this grimy, filmy sound that was in a can and just like reverb and everything. This kind of fits that bill,
Yep.
right? It's for its
Yeah.
time, quintessential.
Oh, that's how I should have sold you the album.
There you go. See?
No,
And-
none of the other stuff. Just it sounds like they recorded it in a tin can,
Tin
like in their
can.
garage.
And it's funny because a lot of people love that stuff. They love it. They rather buy tapes nowadays instead of CDs because of the sound quality a tape gives them. It's crazy. People love that shit.
Yeah, I know. I
Who buys
mean, that's
CDs
why
anymore?
vinyl's making such a huge comeback.
Sorry, CDs. I used to have a mini disc player. You ever remember those?
Oh yeah,
I used to have a mini disc player. That
I
was
never had one.
That was the shit. I paid $500 for it in my own cell to record from a CD onto a mini disc, and it was ahead of its time. Instead of a computer, it did it for you right there. And I made my own mixtapes and everything, and I was able to. Oh, okay, let's clear this one out. And took a little while, but it was pretty cool. It was before MP3s. It's then MP3s came. And I was like,
Well,
yep. Shit. Waste of money. But okay. So I'm guessing is this a low meh or dumpster fire? Is this a dumpster
I wouldn't call it a dumpster.
I wouldn't call it a
fire.
dumpster fire.
Okay.
It's-
I don't.
So it has quality
I
to it.
put it in there.
It has some quality.
I think it's listenable.
Okay. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
you definitely can listen to it.
It's just your idea of what you listen to from Bolt Thrower to there. You're
Yeah,
like, who's this?
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
yeah. Well, yeah, and there's a big jump between this album and Chaos.
Oh, okay. So basically, they found their way. Like, all right, we got to change up something. The second album, that's where it's like, okay, that's Bolt Thrower. That Bolt Thrower was just an experiment. This is the real shit.
Yeah,
Something like that. Okay.
something like that.
It makes me want to. I'm going to go back. I'm going to listen to it. It makes me really want to listen because
It sounds like it's in a tin can. I'm there.
wait, yes, can I get
Yeah.
the tape version? Yeah.
I'm sure you could probably find it at like a pawn shop. Somewhere.
I don't want that reissue bullshit.
No remastered for me.
What? What do I get?
There was one
Oh.
of these. Which one of these was like the expanded experience? Did you see that? Shannon?
Mm-mm.
Full
like an
dynamic.
Full dynamic experience or something?
It was Realm of Chaos.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really get much dynamic expansion,
I
so
didn't either. Okay, I'm not the only one. Cool.
so I was like, where am I getting this dynamic
Yeah,
whatever?
I don't
And
know. Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. All right. I got Honor, Valor, Pride. I think when I hear this album and then I heard the last album, it was just a continuation of the same thing. I feel like when it hit what is it? Mercenary, it kind of all three of them sound close to each other, like the Accept 4 song, the
Yeah,
Rat 3 songs, 4 albums, that they had. They all sounded the same. It's heavy. You can tell.
Yep.
It's just
Oh, yeah.
straight doom. There's no fast parts. It's all growl. I think I hear a lot of Chris Barnes in his vocals when he was like
Yeah.
doing the slow Tomb of the Mutilated, not Butcher at Birth because that's quick, but like just like even with
Or like when he was doing like 6 feet under or something like
yeah,
that.
6 feet under. That's what I was thinking of. That growly sound. It just felt like he was just eating fucking nails and spitting them out when he's singing. And I really like that stuff. That's that European, sound to it or whatever. Because Carcass was kind of like that too. If you ever listen to Carcass, that's a good band too. Um,
Sure, we'll get there eventually.
we will get there. Carcass is a great band. Great band.
Yeah, in like 8 years, we'll probably.
Yeah, you never know. It might weigh
You never
down the spinning wheel. I'm kidding. That's
You nev-
cheating. I won't do that.
We never know.
No.
Yeah.
I'll put this behind. Was it loyal? Once loyal. I think it kind of goes into the vein with that one. It's lawnmower. It's very lawnmower to me.
Yeah,
7. I give it 7.
I was listening to it and I don't know, somewhere in the middle of it, I don't know if I just kind of zoned out for a second, but I was like, where are the guitar solos?
Very limited. Yeah, I hear
and then
you.
and then as soon as I said that, then the next song was like full on shredding guitar solo, and I was like, oh, there it is. So,
And it.
and I can't remember if that was on like Valor or the seventh. Something. I just wrote
Seventh
stupid.
Offensive. Maybe 'cause that
Seventh.
song was really long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been. And then again, he's got his comfort patterns on the drums.
Very, yeah. He's very just doom metal, just doom
Yeah.
playing. He does play some fast stuff, but it's not like the older stuff. It's still
No, it's still very
concentrated. Like,
yeah.
he doesn't sway away from it, and
And
yeah,
again, the outro, man, is so heavy.
it's super heavy. I know. It's great.
Yeah.
This is right up my alley. Shannon, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I thought it was solid.
Yeah.
Solid album. It wasn't incredible, but it was solid.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I personally would not have put it above Mercenary. I think Mercenary is a better album than Honor,
Yeah.
Valor, Pride, but
Maybe you'll change it. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And you get.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, cool.
The Fourth Crusade. That is.
I think this was their best album.
Thank you. This album was the shit. It was really good.
Yeah, this 8 out of 10. It's a bitchin' album. It was haunting. It was heavy. It was great.
That is quintessential Bolt Thrower. This is that album. This is Bolt Thrower. Enjoy. This is them. Yeah, I gave it a 9. Man, I thought this album was really good. Production hit, drums were on point, thank God. Guitar work, I've always thought the guitar work was always good since, I can't say the first one, but the second album on. Those two guitarists, man, they work great with each other. They know what they want. It's not like they want to experiment that much. It's like the only thing they want is like, well, let's just slow down. Let's just keep slowing it and keep slowing it, and this is that quintessential. That's really good.
Brother.
Yep. Yeah, I don't really have many notes.
Yep.
It was, it's the same. For me, it was like, here's the same drum patterns. For whatever reason, I was zoned in on the drums this album. For this band. I don't know why, but
well,
it just.
I might be able to answer that because I did notice we're drummers that there wasn't much of
there wasn't much variety. It was the
No,
same. It was the same patterns throughout all of the songs.
and also too, the guitar work was very. I mean, you had the riffing, but it wasn't like noodling, a lot of noodling. It was just let's keep time, let's have guitar,
Yeah,
guitar, riffing, and the drums can be heard the whole time. It
yeah,
wasn't. I mean, it's kind of hard not to hear it, and because everybody's doing their part. The bass and the two guitarists, vocalists have been a number one the whole time. And when you listen
yep,
to the old ones, you're like, well, what's the drummer going to do today?
yeah,
What is going
yep.
to happen today? And
What
he got
what
he,
what patterns is he going to do this
he
time?
got his shit together. This is the first album where I give him at least a B. I think
Yeah,
he gets a B, maybe even an A. Everybody else still an A to me.
yeah,
With that. Um,
yeah. The and again the outro song, just there. It's always like heavy and just like
yeah,
doomy and just like they're in like they nail the intros and the outros. I think on every album.
I think so too. I think they do it's kind of a lost art. If you Dream Theater is the only one still kind of that proggy scene. They live for that stuff. That
Yeah,
they want to tell a story a lot of times because their heroes like Rush. Every album has a story to it, and their albums, the story is war,
yep,
death, and battle. It's like quintessential fucking war themes, and let's give it to you. Let you
yeah.
feel like you're on the battlefield. This is the war that you're in. Listen to this album. You're in that war. I love that. I think Amar Amath is kind of like that with the Viking stuff.
Oh yeah, I love those guys.
Sabath, was it Sabath? Sabbath, Sabath, right?
Yeah,
They're a war themed band too. Kind of a rip off of Bolt Thrower with themes a little bit, but I'm not going to go down that path. Bolt Thrower was kind of the first one. Motorhead
yeah,
was kind of with that too, talking about war, like
yeah.
with World War or whatever, and Bolt Thrower. Which let's get into the very last one, John, for victory. I
For
mean,
victory. Yep.
like,
Come on.
yeah, let's get into it. It's kind of funny how
It's
you.
the theme, and then I thought this one was more of a had more of a groove to it. It was a little bit more uh
Groovy.
slow.
Thanks,
It
Shannon.
was a little bit slower and like more oh, what's the damn word I'm looking for? Uh like intentional, like concentrated on just that we're gonna get this groove. Like Silent Demise is just very just groove oriented to me.
Sure. It's kind of where they hit Crusade, the apex, and now they're coming down and they're kind of plateauing with the releases after that because they kind of keep that groove. Let's not speed up. Let's just make it doomy war. I call it war metal a lot.
I can
It's
see that. Yeah.
yeah, it's very you can call it death metal, but I think it's just war metal or death war. There you go. We're making our own genre.
Yeah, there we
Nah,
go.
that didn't sound good. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Death
We'll
War
go
Metal.
war metal. Power metal's kind of
Or
like
metal.
that too, because you have like Man War and like uh Iced Earth was kind of like that. The
Yeah.
Glorious Burden, they
Yep.
were kind of like that.
That was a
Um,
great album too.
I hope we get to Iced Earth. That that's one of my favorite bands too.
Sometimes in the next 8 years.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's not alphabetical. But where are we putting this? What do we think? Oh, sorry,
Um,
Shannon. What did you think about the album?
I was super about this album.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I started this album and I was like, "Oh shit. Like let's go. We're going to keep going with this. Like I am here for it." It was
So you enjoyed from Crusade until the very last one. You like that that
More or less,
kind of
yeah. Yeah, it
decade.
was more melodic, which I like more melodic stuff anyway.
Yeah,
But then the downfall of this album is that it was front loaded.
they started too heavy and they let go,
They
and
started
then
with all this stuff where I'm
Yep.
like, yeah, let's go, and then they lost me.
yeah.
Like it ended up, and I wrote repetitive on there,
Yeah.
so I gave
Yeah.
it a 6 out of 10. But
Yeah, I gave it
the
an 8.
first
I
the
I
first
re-
bit, I was like,
Gotcha. It got you in. Because I think
I
you like
gotcha.
the Crusade because you like the Crusade a lot, and it kind of got in, like when it ended the Crusade and you started out, it kind of felt like it was part of the Crusade a little bit, and you're like, oh, sweet. And then they kind of got into, well, this is what
Well,
we,
this is what we're gonna go do now.
yeah. And I mean, I gave it a 7.
which I'm also here for.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, the whatever the last song was, like the gunfire at the end. I just thought that was really
Armageddon
cool.
Bound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, just the gunfire at the end's always cool. I don't know,
Right?
can't go wrong with gunfire.
Stuff
Can't
blown
go wrong
up.
with Gunfire.
Can't. Where are we putting this?
Um,
Ow, ow, ow.
hmm,
Hmm. Kind of hard, isn't it?
It is. It's a little bit hard because I don't think it's quite bitchin', but it's not like a low lawnmower, So it's in the lawnmower category for me, I would say.
We'll put it in the middle of the lawnmower.
I would say it's a mid lawnmower
Middle.
section. Yeah.
I have to say, these albums
Okay.
are really hard for me to decipher, to rate them what's best to worst, except War, whatever, which one?
War Master.
War Master, the second one. All the rest of them are like it's kind of hard to be like, hey, this is the best one, that's the best one, this one, that one, and stuff like that. It was really hard for me to decipher that a little bit.
It was tough because they, the last 4 or 5 albums kind of sounded the same, so it was
Yeah.
like, how do you really pick, which
Good,
one
bad.
is the good, bad, or like which
Yeah.
one would you listen to more? I mean, good grief, when we get into AC/DC, I don't even know.
God forbid. We don't have enough time to listen to that shit.
There's
Wow.
16 albums or something.
It is definitely, and I've listened to half of them already. So I mean,
I've listened to a good portion of
yeah,
AC/DC.
I haven't listened to like the 2000s and above. I haven't listened to those.
Oh, I have.
Yeah. Shannon, would you like to change anything on the board?
Yeah. Let's take Those Once Loyal
Okay.
and move in. We'll just move it below Mercenary.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Move it back 4 spots. Really? Okay.
Right.
All right. John? Where'd you like to move?
All right, what do we got here? We got Mercenaries in the... No, what is in the middle there? Oh, Mercenaries in the middle.
Yeah, Mercenaries.
Yeah, Mercenaries in the middle.
We got War. Oh, that's Chaos. Yeah.
This is War Master, Loyal, Mercenary, for Victory.
For Victory.
Then damn it. Honor. This is Honor. Yeah.
Honor, Valor.
Yeah. Crusade.
I
What's
think
your-
I'm good with it.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Crusade should be shredding. I truly believe that is their quintessential bolt thrower album, and I think it should be right up there, man. if anything, somebody says, "Hey, Bolt Thrower," that's the album I would go to. Like first and foremost, I would listen to the
I don't
Lawnmower part.
I
Yep.
don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't think that means it should be in shredding.
Mm. Agree to disagree.
We've done a lot of that today.
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
But
there's a good 30 minutes of that.
I know. We're going to have a new section. We should call it something. Comment below what we should call that segment.
I think that was
Shannon
the
has a
most.
mental breakdown online.
I think that was the most we've talked about. Hey, have you heard this pick in
Oh,
ever? It got pretty heated there in the middle.
John, I'm glad you kept your cool. Thanks, John.
Hey, I try my best. I try
Cooler
my
heads
best.
prevail. Look at you.
Hey,
Can we agree Bolt Thrower is just a good lawnmower? Just if you
It's
want
a-
good death metal, this is a good groove.
That's a solid band.
It's a groovy death metal band.
Yeah.
And I like it.
They don't do anything
I wouldn't.
they don't
say
do
if
anything
you're-
incredible, but they're very listenable.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like mowing the lawn or something, yep. If you're doing power tools, though, no.
No.
You need something a little bit heavier for power tools.
Maybe we'll get to something with heavier with power tools soon enough. Maybe.
Maybe.
I definitely give it a listen. I think Bolt Thrower is a cool band. I'm glad to finally hear them. I've heard about them for a long time, and I just never pulled this trigger on it. I feel like I missed out. I think Bolt Thrower is a good band. I really do. I will be listening to a lot more of them. Trust me. All right. Well, we're done with that part.
Yep. Now it's everybody's favorite part.
To our favorite part. Dun, 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 dun. Oof. The wheel. All right, let's make sure. I think we took Bolt Thrower out. Yeah, we took Bolt Thrower out. All right. And I'm off. Dun, 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 dun. Somebody tell me. Can you hear my clicking?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It is
That's why
right
we're-
inside the mic.
That's why we're bobbing our heads around. I'd say that's good.
Okay. God. Make me have a mental breakdown.
Second mental breakdown.
That's
of
how
the
you get back
episode.
on me, guys. They're like, yeah, we'll just wait. He's gonna crack soon enough. He's gonna give it up. Okay,
Give it up.
what's her guesses? I'm guessing old school, like old school metal.
Freya votes Viking metal.
Ooh,
Oh, hey now.
John.
Classic
Get it?
rock.
Okay. Classic rock, classic metal. I can barely see what they are.
I can barely see what they are.
Damn.
It's nothing but blurry colors.
Wasp.
Welcome to 1989.
Yes. As we know, they have that one F like a beast, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
They have. Oh, you're in for a treat with Wasp.
Oh man.
Oh man, they are a 40-year-old glam metal. Are they glam metal, John?
I think that's pretty close.
I think they're glam,
Wiki says heavy metal.
but definitely heavy. Yeah. Blackly Lawless. I can tell you everything about the band when I even go to Wikipedia. Big hair, big flames.
Oh, they do say glam metal.
There you go.
Heavy metal, glam metal, shock rock.
Yes,
Wow.
they are definitely shock
19
rock.
Wow, they started out in 80. Well, the first album that I can see is 84.
That's right.
Oh my
Chris
goodness
St.
gracious.
Holmes. That infamous pool scene in Western, Western civilization or whatever. He's in the pool drunk and his mom's sitting on the side. he just pounding vodka. You got to check out the video. I'll send it to you guys. It's classic. He's the guitarist back in the day for him. Let's put it like that. Yeah, Wasp, man. Classic glam. They were kind of one of the first glams to start, but they had like the Alice Cooper vibe to them with the flames and explosions and big hair, leather and black, and razor was saw blades on their cod piece.
Were they the ones that were like in the factory that only like manufactured Sparks, and then like the hot chicks were like miles away from the band?
So. I think so. Dude, I know a couple Wasp songs, but I've never listened to like a full album. I know they're still touring. They got really good drummer, the Octopus. Forgot his name.
Achilles Priester.
That's the drummer for Wasp right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
he's the
dude
drummer.
is-
He's really good. God, he likes
Yeah.
red a lot.
He does like red a lot. Yep.
A lot.
Yeah,
What
like his heads and his cymbals and yeah.
drum shoes, his pedals, and like
Yeah.
everything's all red. That's
Yeah,
really
it
cool.
looks like there's 16 albums for Wasp.
Good thing we got 2
2 weeks.
weeks? Question mark.
Well, let's check ye old calendar.
Well, let's go ahead and end the show, and we can talk
Yeah.
afterwards. Business people, it's business time.
Business. Yeah, that's
It's
right.
business time. All right. Thank you for the show. Everybody being here, watching the VOD. Please watch the rest. Enjoy. Leave comments. Put a band that you want on here. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye, Internet.
See ya.
See ya.